Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Geoguessr. We're doing Colombia today, and the amount of Colombia I know is cocaine, but that's about it. We don't end up in Colombia too often when we play on this. Now, this map is made by Mapper. We've been doing a lot of his maps lately. It's a 3-minute time challenge. Looks like we might have a road. Nope. Maybe something about a meter, 1,000 meters, which is like a kilometer. We know it's Spanish. That's about it. A water park, here it is, Park Aquatico. So, water park. Playa Junca? I don't know, it's a little blurry, if you ask me. Junkai, okay. That tells you the region. I can't really make it out, it's a little too blurry. There's a D in the middle, it looks like a T, and date. Lazy River, and then something with fish. Alright. Whatever floats your boat. Now, I don't know too much about the geography. I do see some mountains in the background, so we can try and keep that in mind when looking for a good place to guess. 60 kilometers, so about 45-ish miles per hour. I'm going to say that's probably more of a side road, kind of maybe considered residential. Can't make out that, but it's 80 kilometers an hour, even though the sign just said 60. Maybe it's changed. So maybe we were in an area where the speed limit was lowered, which would make sense if this was a highway going through a residential area. Now I do see a yellow divider line, but we already know where we are, so the yellow divider line doesn't actually help us out too much. Let's see. Any good signs? Not really. A lot of Spanish. Now, I've mentioned before my lack of knowledge when it comes to the Spanish language, but this is really gonna highlight that. Dolomitos del Julia. Fuck, man. Now we know we're by a water park, right? I'm thinking outside of a major city, probably a good place to start. You're not gonna go into the middle of the water park's gotta kind of be in the middle of nowhere. But it's also got to have pretty good access to it. So we got to be by a major highway if there's a water park nearby. If there's a major highway nearby, we're probably near a bigger city. Ends up being a lot further south. So, water park nearby on 43. That's, I'm guessing, a highway. Near a larger city. We end up choosing the wrong city and the wrong highway. Actually, it was on 45. We were by 55. So we were close. We were close when it came to that, but 200 miles away is not a good start. This on the other hand, definitely a city. This looks like we're by a hospital, right? Or yeah, laboratory, a clinic. So feels a little bit more hilly. I'm surprised that it's lagging just a little bit. The center of Colombia, the integral. Blah blah blah. So center of Colombia is close to Bogota. If it's not, it's not. But they're telling me we're in the middle of Colombia. That looks pretty middle to me. Obviously, we can move down this way a little bit. The Grand Colombian. All right. I don't see anything over here telling us a town name or a city name, because we don't have to be in a major city. Be in a little town on the outskirts, right? There's nothing that's throwing it back. Now, I believe the Dakotas, somewhere in South Dakota, is the middle of the continental United States. I don't even want to look right now. I don't even remember, but there's like nothing out there. So the middle of a country doesn't really matter. And I'm not trying to like throw anybody down, but like it's not like there's always going to be a major city in the middle of the country. It usually relies on the distance from a large body of water. That's where most of the major cities are. That's why when you go to the African coast, almost all of the capitals are on the coast. They built up around water. Water's a vital thing for life. Welcome to San Vincent. Is this a church or is this a name? Ooh, that's kind of Vicencio, kind of, but like doesn't. Do we move down here? Probably. Looks like a church. I don't see anything down here that really can sell it to us. Are we just not interpreting these clues correctly? I could see that being an issue. Yeah, welcome to the Church of St. Vincent. Which, the House of Vincent. Maybe it works. Maybe that's what we needed to find. Maybe I'm not interpreting the clues correctly. Maybe we're going to end up being in Bogota. Nothing here. Cell phone number. Internet. Now, if we weren't playing Colombia, we already found the flag of Colombia. So we would have been able to guess it. We found a lot of things that hinted at being Colombia. We just weren't able to figure out where in Colombia we end up being. So, there's actually a place called San Vicente de Chucuri. You guys didn't get it either. 190 miles, a little bit further north. We would have had to go in a little bit closer. I think the fact that we found the center of Colombia, central Colombia, and then a place with Vicencio on it, kind of took us away from it. Maybe, I know we clearly didn't use the hints to our knowledge, but I figured that was going to be a good start. We had what I thought was good knowledge and good guesses based on the information at hand. Turns out it wasn't. Now these look like taxis. That might be to our advantage. If we can, yeah, they're taxis. If we can get a good look at what they say on them. They're all blurred out. That's a license plate. I think it says Colombia on it. Which I think you guys mentioned that taxis in Colombia need a bunch of licenses. But why are they chilling here? Publico, something Publico. Man, why did Google just have to blur these out? You know, like, this would have been a great hint. Says taxi, license plate on top. We're not going to get any information from it because Google decided to blur it out. Good. For the privacy of the people. Something apartments, they're new. I'm guessing Ballara. And then a Central Park. What? And then 70,000? Is this what you're selling? I'm thinking Ballara is the name of the place. You're prohibited past this unless you're authorized. And so Google decides to turn around. Awesome. But I gotta give Colombia credit so far. We're not ending up in these extremely remote areas. We are finding signs of civilization, and we are finding clues and hints. We're just not able to use those hints to get a good score yet. And that could be me and my lack of understanding of Spanish, or that could be me finding clues and thinking they're more important than they actually are. Now, every map so far, if we weren't doing a country-specific map, I think we would always be able to figure out what country we're in. We would be able to figure out we're in South America. There's no doubt in my mind. Maybe not be able to piece it to Colombia yet, but there's Spanish. We would probably be able to figure out exactly where we are. Now, that's making me feel a little bit better. That's just what they're selling. Can I get like anything? 100% product. They're selling honey. Anything? Just tell me a name of a town, man. So I think that's the one thing we've been struggling with. We know we can figure out that we're in Colombia. Like, we know it. Oh, we're out of time. Throw it on the guess. I didn't even get one. Fuck me. Alright. I would have guessed over here anyway. It's just not good. We can figure out that we're in South America. I think that's pretty good. We can't figure out where though. And maybe this is a hard seed. Maybe on any other day we would have been able to figure out exactly where we were. Maybe we're going the wrong way. I think that it's just like right now. Forget that we're in Colombia. Where would you think we were? You got a nice lake ahead of you. I haven't seen too many signs that were in any language. You know, this could be anywhere in the world. The second you see Spanish, right? You can get rid of 95% of the world. Is there a fucking volcano up there? Let's see. Can we find out anything from these signs? So okay, ready? Pretend we're not in Colombia. You got a lake. Now we got Spanish. So we got Spain. Spain's also included. And then you see the yellow divider line, which we'll find eventually. Tomorrow Lake? The fuck is Tomorrow Lake? Is it a music festival? Probably a music festival. Yeah, and then camping, cabanas, the event. So yeah, it's gotta be. Where the fuck is Tomorrow Lake? Coboletos, maybe? Is there a place here called Coboletos? We need to find a lake first of all. That's a river. Rivers usually come from lakes, right? They usually have a bigger source of water. Now I did fuck with the settings over here. Hopefully that's enough. Maybe we'll mark it. We'll mark it. But I'm thinking it's probably gonna be by a place called Coboletos. Unless that means something completely different and you guys are gonna make fun of me for it and it's gonna be great. Let's see. Yeah, but we're not finding anything else. We're really not finding too many hints. And maybe that's just how Colombia is set up. Maybe Colombia, you don't really get to find too many hints inside the road. But we've been struggling with that a few times. With not being able to find the name of a town, or road numbers, or really anything. We've kind of been left out to dry. And anytime we do find, either Google's a piece of shit and blurs it out, or it's too worn down anyway that you won't be able to understand what it's trying to say. So they're selling sails so you can go fucking windsurfing. We're not finding anything. Now, we're gonna have to look for that town name that I wanted to find. Yeah, it's a lot further north. Oh god. I forget what it was even called. I forget what the name of the thing that was on that sign was, but you know, we're by I don't even know where the fuck we are. It's just not been good. We're at 3,900. We can't even break 10,000. I think Colombia's going on the list of places we need to work on. Maybe it was a hard seed. We won't know until we see the final results. If more than me didn't score higher than 10,000, I'm gonna say it was a hard seed. If everyone scored above 10,000, maybe I didn't find the right clues. Maybe I was looking at them in the face and I didn't attribute them to being a clue. You know, it completely could be all my fault, right? We could be fucking up right now and everything and everyone is blaming me. Or, it was hard. We didn't find clues, we went the wrong way. You know, which still, if we went the wrong way, still kind of my fault. The Hotel La Insula. So we're in a place called Insula, I'm hoping. That's probably going to be the best thing we have. This is kind of national parks. I kind of want to go more towards population. We've been a lot over here. Actually, I think we've only been over here. We're about to find out, though. I'm gonna keep looking, though, because at that point, we know for a fact that people... Well, not the people. We're not finding anything. Nothing down here about a location. Because usually you'll have your address and your phone number on the sign. And most of the time you'll have a city name or a town name on that. Or at least that's how it really is here in the United States. We do have a taxi here. I doubt we'll be able to get anything from it. We have a telephone number and then a slogan. And I can't make out the slogan, it's too small. But again, not in Colombia. We kind of know a little bit. We have Spanish, right? We have the idea that we're in South America. Maybe not be able to attribute it directly to Colombia yet. I mean, I've noticed that we are looking for different things now, right? We used to focus on every sign we could find. And maybe the way we are doing it now is a little bit worse. We used to focus on every sign we found, and sometimes we would find a clue, and sometimes we wouldn't. Now we're looking for the bigger stuff. Maybe we should go back to looking for the smaller stuff. Maybe that's a good way to start. Ends up being all the way up fucking north, on the pretty much the border. Yeah, this is not good. And we didn't even get a guess off at one of them. So we could have probably broken 5,000. Could have. Screenshot the world coming in at 21.5. That's pretty fucking good. Let's check out the full results. Yeah, so I'm gonna say it was me. So screenshot the world at 21.5, let's say. Affiliate at 25. Some pretty good areas. Yeah, I don't like this new screen, man. I really don't. And then not getting a guess and definitely fucked us, but even that wouldn't have been enough to save us. We were off by 6,247 miles. I'm gonna give 5,000 of those, I'm gonna say, to, yeah, 5,236 miles to not guessing. But that's still 1,000 miles off in an area that's not that big. I don't know, man. Just it felt like I just wasn't getting the clues I needed, or I wasn't interpreting them correctly. But we're gonna take a break from Spanish speaking. I know we started off with Europe, and then we did New Zealand, and then South America. I'm probably gonna finish over to the right, so we're gonna do Australia and Tasmania, and then we'll look a little bit at Central America. And we still got a long way to go. There's plenty of countries in the world to do. I do hope you guys are enjoying this. If you guys have any more suggestions for any other countries you would like to see, please let me know. But Colombia is going on the list for places we still need to practice. So I do look forward to seeing you guys all next time. Have a good rest of your day. And bye-bye.